Recently, my husband and I decided to put both of our properties up for sale. And I decided it would be really helpful for those of you who are currently thinking about selling to share our story of how we were able to get both of our properties under contract in less than 30 days. In case you don't know me, my name is Stacy Warner. I am with the AZ247 real estate team and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. We decided that we were going to sell our primary residence and also our rental property. I had to really think strategically. I had to put myself in the seller's shoes, which was really weird for me, but I knew the things that I needed to do. One of the first things I did for our rental property, which was vacant, was I had a pre-listing inspection done. This can cost you anywhere from $400 to $500, depending on the size of your home. It could be a little more. It was very valuable for us to know in advance what things would come up during an inspection period that I would want to address in advance on our own time and our own dime. We had some roof tiles that needed fixed. I had a roofer come and fix those tiles. And then we went through and just completely cleaned the property, repainted some things, and just freshened it up, got all the landscaping taken care of, and made sure the house was move-in ready. For my primary residence, which we were currently living in and had all of our furniture in, I took furniture out. I took some pieces out of a sectional that was kind of bulky. I took away some chairs that were at the dining room table because they were a little large. I took out some end tables. I took some pictures off the walls and just really minimized and decluttered what was in the house because I'm selling the house. I'm not selling my things. I always tell my clients, just start boxing some things up and get them out of the way, and you're that much further ahead when you go to sell your home. So that's what we did. I have to admit, it is a little annoying to have to start boxing some of your things up. My family thought I was a little crazy, but then once we got everything out of the way, they were like, wow, it feels so much bigger. And so it did pay off because actually our primary residence, we were able to get under contract in about 15 days. When the time came to price both of our properties, I had a lot of knowledge of both areas. I had sold the exact same model previously of both of our homes. However, I had to keep in mind, one, not to be emotionally attached to our property. We all think we have the best property on the block. And two, this is a different market than when I sold these models previously. Buyers are very picky right now, and they can be because they have a lot of inventory to choose from that they didn't have a year ago. So if your house has wild paint colors, if you have things that need some attention and you just think you're going to throw your house on the market, and somebody's going to want to come in and repaint or fix your issues, I have to tell you that's not the best strategy. We fixed the things that we knew needed fixed. We painted that accent wall that I knew not everybody might like. You want to appeal to the masses, and when you have a red wall or some really quirky things in your house or things that need fixed, you are really narrowing your market of who's willing to move in and make fixes. Interest rates are hovering around 6.5 to 7 right now, and buyers don't have the money to make the repairs or fix your bad decor that doesn't line up with what they like. Right now in the buyer's market that we're in, it's really not advisable to push price. I priced my home competitively, a little below what some of the other properties were priced at. And it's kind of painful, I'll admit, but I knew if I priced it high, the house would sit on the market, I would have to reduce the price, and then in the long run, I was probably going to be getting less than I would have if I would have just priced it a little lower to begin with. Once I had both of my properties ready to go, we listed them on the MLS. And I don't just throw them on the MLS and then just hope that somebody finds them. I had to really think strategically how I would position our properties and market them so that they could sell quickly. My goal is to get as many buyers through the house as possible. So I'm leveraging social media. I'm posting the property on pre-MLS Facebook pages that other agents see. And I'm also having open houses to get as many people through as possible. So here we are, we have both of our homes for sale, which, by the way, we make available at a drop of a hat. If somebody can't get into your home, they're just going to move on to the next house. So make your home available for showings as much as possible. Both homes, ironically, received an offer on the exact same day. And I have to tell you, they were really not what we had hoped for, but we had to keep in mind we're in a buyer's market. We worked up a net sheet and we saw what we would bring home after both of our mortgages were paid off. Now, I do have a few skills in my back pocket. I am a property pricing specialist and also a real estate negotiation expert. We decided we would counter, and we went ahead and submitted that to the other agents. They did come back with another counter offer. And again, we were left with looking at the net sheet. What would we net after we paid off our mortgages and then also all the other fees that were involved with selling? Because we're in such a slow market right now, we decided to take a little less than what we had hoped for. It wasn't worth it for us to have the house sit on the market for 30, 60 more days and probably face a price reduction in order to gain $5,000. That did not make sense. We accepted the counter offers and we went into contract with both buyers. At this point, we're in inspection period, which is 10 days here in Arizona. And our primary residence was great. They didn't have any issues. It's just a 2-year-old house. And in a twist of events, we actually are now moving back into our rental property because that property fell out of escrow due to the buyers changing their minds on taking on a solar loan that we have on that property. It's fine. We actually like the house. It's bigger than what we live in, and that was why we moved out of it. It was more house than we needed, but we have kids still in the house, and once they leave, we'll need a much smaller house for retirement. And so when that time comes, we'll sell that house and find that perfect retirement home. So I hope this was helpful for you. It's a very different market right now than we've seen in the past couple years. And I just wanted to get this out there. If you feel stuck and you're not sure if this is the right time for you to sell, or you just feel like you really need someone to walk you through it and walk through your house even and give you some advice, I would love to be that person to help you, be a resource to you, and give you the information and the tools you need to make the decision that's best for your family. I have vendors that I can recommend to you for repairs that you might need to make. I can give you names of inspectors for that pre-listing home inspection. And then, of course, I would love to help you find that next home that's going to be your home for years to come. My information is below. Please reach out to me if I can be a resource to you or of any help to you.